All right. I don't think I've ever seen my drive consummation look like this. So there is an advantage of going slow. Yes, there is. I just don't like it. Okay, 20 miles, 37 minutes, 231 watt hours per mile. Use 5 kilowatt hours to get here. All right, so the typical complaint with 12.3 for me is, well, he doesn't want to maintain speed. But I just showed you why it's an advantage to me. Yes, I'm using less energy. Yes, that's true. Yes. Oh yes, I'm thrilled to be doing better than 4 miles per kilowatt hour. You're right. But I don't like doing 50 in a 55 zone with cars trying to come by. Whatever. It is what it is. So I guess the Highland Lake Boulevard stop sign is fixed. Knock on wood. Since I got 12.3, it has not bothered me. The eastbound Magical Tesla traffic light at West Reed Park Road looks like that's fixed too. Wow. And I've already mentioned where we're in the right lane. We're coming up to the road closure ramp, blockade. I mean, far away still, and just smoothly go over into the inside lane, smoothly go by the construction barrels. Oh, that's excellent. Yes. I mean, wow. I mean, it's so much better. In some ways, it's so much better. The 12.3, that is, over 11.4.9. Now I'm stalling because is everything I'm thinking about everything? So there was a pickup that pulled out in front of me. Probably shouldn't have, but he did, and he actually was going to accelerate up to speed. So when he moved over into the middle lane, I was in the middle lane. No, I was in the outside lane. What? Wait, I'm confused there. Must be confusing with something else. Because there's one spot. No, he wasn't. He moved in the outside lane in front of me, moved into the middle lane, but he was going to turn somewhere. And when he moved over, yes, we moved over and took advantage of the space. Although another place where California Road Rager wouldn't have done it, but 12.3 moved into the outside lane because he recognized that he was one of the slower vehicles, I guess. Doesn't really matter why he did it. The fact is he did it, which is good. I'm so impressed with all this. So the only catch is when we come up into Walmart, the driveway off of 1431 comes straight up and then goes into another driveway that goes straight across the front of Walmart. But for some reason, navigation likes doing a convoluted way to get there, and I don't know why. It includes a turn and a stop sign, and then you're going to roll up to a stop sign. I mean, why? It's just different. All right, so anyway, all that beating around the bush to say it's actually really good. Now, yes, it's time to let go of using the GoPro and just give you the report. If you want to go look at some of the other ones, you'll get an idea what it's doing, so you don't need this. Okay, onward, upward charge. All right, I guess we got to celebrate while we can celebrate, right? I used 0.7% less than projected. Wow. Okay. Congratulations. All right, whatever. 21 miles, 42 minutes, 217 watt hours per mile. What? And since last charge, which is the combination, is 41 miles, 9 kilowatt hours used, 224 watt hours per mile average use. Wow. Okay. So I usually park over in the east end of the Walmart parking lot. I just like being parked a little bit further away from everybody else when I can. So pulling up, I pull out into the minor drive that I'm from my parking space, and as I'm coming to the minor drive that goes in front of Walmart, I'm looking at the navigation. He's chosen to go out the east entrance. Okay. Invoke FSD. Let FSD take it from there. He rolls up to the intersection of 1431, and I'm kind of like biting my lip, like ah. But he stops. Cool. And he waits for traffic to clear, and eventually traffic does clear. I mean, there is a car further down that's coming up, but there's a space he can go. So he starts to go, but then he hesitates. Okay, so I put my foot on the accelerator, keep the car moving, get going. Really shouldn't be a big deal, but I just did it to keep the car moving. Or to get him going. Once he made the decision, get going. Okay. So I got a major complaint here. No, so there's railroad tracks that kind of parallel Bell Avenue, right? Anyway, I had noticed before that Tesla would represent the light flashers. I mean, they're red flashing, but anyway, he would represent them as traffic lights. Okay, I never thought about it before. Okay, it's just the way he does it. Just like when there's a single flashing yellow at an intersection, he represents that as a traffic light. Okay. So for some reason we got a bunch of traffic going westbound on 1431, and we're backed up for several cycles of the green light at Bell. And I noticed as we're driving along, like there's a traffic light. That traffic light doesn't seem familiar. So, okay, fine, whatever. I mean, maybe I've just lost track. I mean, it happens. As we get closer, I see, oh, you're representing the railroad. You put the traffic light for the railroad. Okay. So that's not really appropriate. I mean, does it hurt anything? No. But it might be nice to know that it is actually a railroad as opposed to a traffic light. So brake on FSD off, sent the message, and resumed FSD. Okay, so from here on, FSD is just cruising. Now, when I finally am leaving Cedar Park, I use the accelerator to push the car up to speed. And he holds on to that for a little bit, but then eventually he kind of walks it back to, for some reason he's setting his speed to 50, even though it says 55 over here for max, or 56 actually. He's just walking back to 50. I don't know why. And actually a lot of today he's -5. It almost feels like, hey, nobody's passing me, so I must be going right speed. Speed limit's 55. Your max speed's set to 56. You should be going 56. There's no reason not to be going that. I mean, I don't know. So the truth is, that's the only major complaint I have with FSD today. Is he's inconsistent about it, but he will not maintain speed. Okay. Anyway, so there's another chance. We're rolling downhill. I bring it back up to 56. He holds that 56 until he gets to the bottom hill, and we're going to do a slight left curve. And then he slows down to 50 again. Oh, come on. The good news is I guess everybody's going to nameless or something. For some reason, a lot of traffic that's behind me clears out. In fact, there's only a pickup left behind me, and I know he wants to go by me anyway. Okay. Knowing that, so we're in the east, we're in the east side of Jonestown. Knowing that on the west side of Jonestown, the outside lane is closed off for construction, I go ahead and use a turn signal, move the car to the left. At first, when I do the left turn signal, he wanders a little bit left, then he wanders a little bit right, and then stops the blinker. Okay, not what I asked for. Turn the left turn signal back on again. This time he executes. I don't know. I don't know why he does that. It's just dumb, right? Whatever. Peace and harmony, nobody's hurt. And like I said, there's almost no traffic around, so compared to what it was in Cedar Park by HEB and the railroad tracks, yeah, nothing, nobody here. So anyway, we're set up. So as we're cruising along in Jonestown, so one of the new behaviors in 12.3 is he wants to stay to the right for some reason. I'm sorry, that sounds like I'm complaining. I shouldn't make it sound like I actually prefer that. It's safer to be on the outside lane. Let the fast guys go by on the inside lane. I'm thankful not to have California Road Rager go, oh my God! No, you don't have to do that. So maybe they've found a way to tame California Road Rager a little bit. That's good. Anyway, so 3 times through Jonestown, FSD insists on turning on the right turn signal to go to the outside lane. Push the signal back down, cancel the turn or the lane switch. Finally, with the third one, we start getting close enough where the right lane's going to be closed. I mean, you can't see yet, but you know it's coming. I'm hoping that FSD finally woke up and said, oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony, it's all good. So we cruised through the construction zone with no issues, including at what used to be the magical Tesla traffic light. For some reason, it's no longer magical. Now, it's too early to know whether or not they actually fixed it, but we slow down out of an abundance of caution. I hope that's what he's doing. But we don't stop. We don't throw up the message. Okay, he only slows down 2 miles an hour. Not too big a deal. So, wow, that's pretty good. Now, when we come out of the construction zone, we go from 1 lane to 2 lanes. FSD chooses to be in the inside lane. Okay, that's kind of weird. But he's done that before. With assertive mode on, he likes to do that. Definitely likes to do that. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's okay. So after a vehicle goes by, use the right turn signal, push him back to the outside lane, and he settles there. He's happy. When we finally come across the 55 speed zone sign, he speeds up to almost 55. Okay, I mean, I get what he's doing. It is a construction zone. He is following the law. It's hard for me to complain, especially since Nutso would go, oh my God, you did what? Oh! It wasn't active today, okay? There was nobody in the construction zone today. I'm guessing because they knew there was going to be heavy rain this morning, they chose not to be, unless they're all going home for Easter week, right? I don't know which it is. Doesn't matter. They weren't there today. So coming up on the left turn for Loman Ford, he was kind of slow getting over to the left. He eventually does. And I say slow because you really need to be over early, because when it's busy, the traffic backs up, and if you're not left, you're not going to stop. You're not going to make a turn. So we roll up on the traffic light a bit slow. Okay, fine. So the left turn signal is off, but the green light is on. There was a couple cars coming. Those two cars pass before we get down to the turn. Since there's nobody coming, makes a beautiful left turn. Perfect. Beautiful. No problems whatsoever. And everything else right up to my house is pretty good. Okay? I won't claim it's perfect. Oh, except for that thing with Lindbergh. I know he's slinging right to let you know that he's going to go straight on Boggy Ford. Although Boggy Ford curves a little bit to the right and then to the left. He doesn't signal left to indicate he's going to stay with Boggy Ford, but he signals right at the split with Highland Lake Boulevard. That's his purpose, but since that is the main road, everybody assumes that's where you're going, unless you signal. And you are signaling before we go by Lindbergh, indicating that you're going to turn right on Lindbergh? No, he's not. Okay, whatever. So today, for some reason, FSD drew a line on the display and stopped there. Now, that line happens to be almost to the south end of my property, but at least he drew a line and stopped. Okay, so there you go. So now the question is, what do you give it, right? I'm not sure. I hate giving it an A, but mostly because he's going so slow and the stupid thing about Lindbergh. But you know, everything else is more inadequate. I mean, oh well, there's the stupid thing going into the Walmart parking lot. That map data is hosed. So I hate to say it's great. How about we just give it a B+ for today? Will you all have a revolt and say no? Well, that's the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna call it a B+ for today. Okay. And I already said so. The total trip day was 41 miles, 9 kilowatt hours used. What's that? 9 kilowatt hours used? 99 cents. Oh man. Okay. Okay, so for all my ice buddies out there, although, you know, everybody for the most part seemed to kind of cooperate and get along. Even the motorcycle guys were kind of cooperating. I mean, wow. All right, so today's total distance was 41 miles. My car used 9 kilowatt hours, which means we used 99 cents. Okay, so there you go. Good luck. Let me know how far you can go with 99 cents. Oh, and to throw in the kicker, for some reason, the gas prices are up. So, was it $2.97.9 at Walmart? So it's just about a third of a gallon. How far can you go on a third of a gallon? Yeah. Not so far, huh? All right, peace and harmony. So someday you'll get the message, right? Onward, upward charge.